So this is the final video in the iPad Essentials series, video 11, and it's kind of like a bonus video of just some of the last minute thoughts. Of course, if you have any questions, I am happy to go ahead and answer them. This is actually my contact information, and I'm always open for an email. This is my Twitter handle, so even just throwing out a quick question on Twitter, be happy to talk. I know that every video can't possibly address every question, and quite honestly, I've used some of the video or some of the apps so long and some of the features so long that I've forgotten to mention just some of the details there. For example, one of the things that we talked about was looking at book building. And Creative Book Builder is a phenomenal app to use, but there are so many book building apps. I've used all 4 of those on the screen listed there with different levels of students. Scribblepress I've used with my 5th graders. Bookabee I've used with an autistic boy to create social stories. Creative Book Builder I've used with 4th and 5th graders. And then Story Creator Pro I've used with a high schooler. So there is just so much with the iPad that you can't possibly cover everything in the videos, but I'm always open to a email or a quick tweet or something like that. But some of the last things I want to talk about is, where do you start? If I'm looking for an app and I want to find something for flashcard making, Googling your topic is probably one of the best ways that you can go about finding that perfect app. I just went ahead and Googled flashcard making app on the iPad and came up with almost 28 million results. Not all of them will be great, but at the same time, this just gives you a place to start looking. And once you find that perfect app for that task that you normally need the students to complete or you need to complete, you've got it. You'll see other apps that are mentioned, but hey, if that one works for you, rock it out. The other thing I wanted to recommend is this website here has so many apps. And if there's something that wasn't mentioned, my goodness, this is a great place to start. It's organized by subject, price, really, really, really good, phenomenal website. There are so many people talking about iPads and apps and looking at ways to use the iPad in the classroom. I frequently visit IEAR.org. It has app recommendations from teachers saying how they use it, why they use it, how they rank it. And Apple has a really good section to their website where they talk about apps and they give you some of the high quality ones that they recommend. But you are going to find so many people talking about iPads that you really can't go wrong just finding the blog that works for you. I've mentioned Twitter quite a bit, and if you don't have Twitter, not a big deal. You can always go to twitter.com and you can search within the Twitter stream without ever having an account. So you can go ahead and look in here and find, by just using the hashtag iPadEd, there are so many people that are sharing what they're doing, how they're doing it, and you're going to get some good resources this way. Finally, this is something one of the things I could not leave out. On the iPad, creating a game for the iPad, you can use the Safari app and go to jeopardylabs.com. And I'm not normally a Jeopardy person because in the past they've been so stinking hard to make. But this is really, really simple to use. And I use it and maybe I'll create a 3 or 4 column Jeopardy game to warm up class with or to cool down class with. And it's just some of those facts and some of that information that this is just a fun way to approach it. So this is a really, really cool game making web tool that I thought would be worth sharing with you. If you're looking for some apps that you want to maybe get into, this is just a quick little list that I came up with. Some of my absolute favorites. I use the TED app all the time. If I'm not showing a video to my students from TED, I am watching them on my own just to learn more. NASA is a great example of an app that is beautifully done, highly organized, very, very deep, and I mean, it's just done by the best, NASA. But there are so many here that, these are ones that I've used, and I can say they work really well. So maybe just checking out some of these. But the final thought that I want to leave you with is this thought here that, there's nothing magical about any tech tool, whether it's a smartboard, the iPad, whatever. What the real magic is in is how we use these tools and how we're using them to help students in ways that we've never been able to help them before. We've never had a tool like the iPad that we could have students do all of the things that they can do on it. They can make movies, they can make books, they can research, they can have flashcards if they need them, they can transfer data, they can, it's just amazing what we can do with what we have now. So keeping what you already do really, really well, adding the iPad in and exploring content in a way that is so engaging, you can't go wrong. Keeping the content the focus, practicing ahead of time, and letting your students be learning partners with you will have a high level of success for you. And again, I really, really recommend that you just get out there and try a couple things. Using the clock, using the camera, building some mental case cards together. Those are ways to dip your toe in and have fun with it. Again, if you have any questions or you just want to share something that you've done in the classroom, I'd love an email or I'd love to just hear you on Twitter. Good luck.